Google clarifies their TeamPixel controversy. Fortnite is finally back on the iPhone, and another gaming GPU company here in the States, maybe? Not just a China exclusive. Let's get in the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're gonna be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Monday, August 19th, 2024. Finally back in the studio. No more closet hot news for at least right now. But let's talk about the not so it locked in a closet controversy that Google's been having over their TeamPixel shenanigans. This came out with regards to the Pixel 9 series of devices that got reviewed last week, and somebody reported that they had this little consent form they had to sign, which was that if it appears other brands are being preferred over the Pixel, we will need to cease the relationship between the brand and the creator with regards to seeding Google Pixel devices, that is, giving them out to various different content creators. This caused a controversy because there was also content creators such as Mr. Who's the Boss who did not receive a Pixel 9 set of devices in order for him to review, and so some people are just thinking, oh, is Google really trying to stack the deck in their favor when it comes to reviews for their Pixel devices? Will they only give it to content creators who will review it in favorable lights? But this is kind of something I knew behind the scenes because we've never been formally invited to the TeamPixel program, and I've been curious as to why, what's the situation, and it's because the TeamPixel program is purely for influencers. It has nothing to do with reviewing the phones themselves, which is something that Google clarified, saying that for TeamPixel, this is for a relationship between the brand and the creator, not necessarily for just somebody who's reviewing it. So you don't have a situation like MKBHD called out where Gal Gadot tweets out a Huawei ad where she is using an iPhone. It just doesn't work because she's getting paid to promote one company, but then is actually endorsing another, creates a whole different situation. Additionally, there's other FTC disclosures that have to happen with TeamPixel, but Google came out and said that this is to separate press and creator. TeamPixel is for content creators who are not tech reviewers. So if you're in the TeamPixel program, you actually shouldn't be reviewing the devices because that's not what it's for. And as far as I've seen from many other tech reviewers out there, Google's never required this for reviews. They're not asking for preferential treatment for their Pixel line of devices over others in order to continue with reviews. It just happened to be that the TeamPixel program kind of conflates that and makes it look like it's like they're trying to get good reviews out of it. TeamPixel is supposed to be for your lifestyle influencers, not the tech people. But if you're a tech person who has a Meta headset, a Quest of any kind, you probably are excited because Meta's updating it so that you can take in HDMI or DisplayPort signals through the HDMI Link app that came out for the Quest 2, Quest 3, and Quest Pro, which is fantastic. Makes it a lot easier to use other devices on your Quest. I love everything Meta's been doing since the Vision Pro came out. They have just been constantly updating their devices with quality of life improvements, and this is the next step for that, where it's just good job, Meta. I'm glad Apple finally lit a fire under your butt, which is the opposite of what's been happening between Epic Games and Apple. Apple's just still been trying to quash them, but the EU is not letting that happen. Finally, if you're over in the EU, you can play Fortnite on your iPhone because the Epic Games Store is on the iPhone over there, since they have to allow third-party app stores. You don't get it here in the US, but finally, for the first time in like 4 years, you can play it on your phone again, in case you want that. Congratulations to all you people who want to play Fortnite on your phone. I'm gonna use my phone to watch Reece give you deals.
Yo, welcome back to UFD Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals out on the internet. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you guys had a good weekend. And hey, look at that, some deals over there. Starting off today, we have the Logitech Brio 101 1080p webcam, going for only $24.99, making it $15 off. But then we have the Fractal Design Pop Air Mid-Tower ATX case, available in black for $49.99, making it $30 off. I have the mini version right here and I love it. And then lastly, we have this KTC 24-inch 1080p 165Hz gaming monitor for only $99.99 with included promo code, which is Newegg Plus only, but it takes your total off to $60 off. And hey, with that, the deals are done. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below. But until next time, I hand you off back to Brett for the rest of your hot news. Cheers.
Well, Reece, Microsoft's giving everybody a good deal in case you want to use FAT32 as your file format. You can now use it up to 2 terabytes. It used to be that it would only go up to 32 gigabytes was one of the main limitations of using FAT32, and now it goes all the way up. This is something that Dave Plummer has talked about since he was involved in the creation of FAT32, just describing the fact that it was supposed to be a temporary placeholder. 32 gigs was not supposed to remain that way forever, and now we're here decades after FAT32 came out, and it can now support modern sizes. Whether or not that's going to get more people to use it because XFAT exists, who knows? And who knows when AMD is launching the new motherboards? Me do, because it's been kind of teased by a bunch of different companies. ASRock, Asus, MSI, all kind of tweeting and showing off that they're going to have their X870 motherboard lineups debuting at Gamescom later this week. So tomorrow is when this is supposed to happen. X870, X870E, in case you've been waiting on that to get your Ryzen 9000 chips that perform slightly faster than the Ryzen 7000, and you absolutely probably need all of the feature sets that X870 has, despite the fact that you probably aren't maxing out an X670E motherboard. You need the new thing. You need higher number better. Just buy it. Why is it X870? Because Intel's coming out with the Z890, so AMD needs to have parity there. And guess what? We found out when Intel's launching the Core Ultra 200K series, Arrow Lake, that's what we're going to call it. October 10th, according to this leak that's coming out, also detailing all of the core counts and speeds and everything that you possibly want to know about Arrow Lake being debuted in this little helpful chart going down to the 225 all the way up to the 285K. And again, we're supposed to have the launch for this October 10th, so you'll have to wait just about a month and a half in order to have Intel's latest that hopefully also doesn't have any sort of bug in the microcode. But I'm telling you about something else you're gonna have to wait for a very long time. It's going to be, we don't know when, but reports are coming out that there's another GPU competitor that wants to enter the scene on the gaming side of things. It could potentially also have some like AI ramifications, but ARM is looking to step out of just the CPU space and get into the gaming GPU side of things to compete with Intel, Nvidia, AMD, maybe Apple at some point if they ever want to get into the gaming graphics card market. But ARM is allegedly trying to compete directly with Nvidia, and that they're developing a GPU to compete with these companies, and that they have about 100 chip and software development engineers in its global graphics processing group that they're going to start developing. This is exciting times. I'm all here for it. Obviously, you know, it takes a while for companies to spin up GPUs that even make it to the scene and then are at least somewhat decent. I mean, I remember reporting on Intel creating discrete GPUs. I think 2019 was the first time we got a whiff of that rumor. It takes a long time. And even before the Arc A770 came out, you had the DG1 that was popping up in some pre-builds that could only be used on specific Intel motherboards. It's stages and levels, and it takes time to get that going. Excited for Battlemage, want that to come out. Excited for ARM to come out with whatever they're coming out with. I can't wait to look back in 5-6 years and be like, we've got real competition. It's a quad setup of companies. Maybe even Apple gets involved. I would like to see that. Apple could start releasing gaming devices and then also have it set up that they have fixed the software so now you can actually thoroughly game over on macOS. It's exciting times to be a PC gamer, and it's been exciting times for us here at UFD Tech. We got comment response coming up, but just a reminder, we are over on Floatplane where we upload videos early and without ads, and that's exactly what happened with the weekend videos of the review of the ROG Ally X and the Asus ZenBook S16 with the Ryzen AI 9 365 CPU. Both of those couldn't be possible without things changing and moving around here at UFD Tech, especially since I filmed those while I was on vacation. We've hired a new writer who's been helping out with that. It has been fantastic. We got a lot done while I was gone for like almost a month. It's been good. It was a workcation, right? Like hot news still happened. I still filmed a couple videos here and there, but most days I was just with my family for most of the time, and it was like at 9 p.m. I would film hot news. But it's been good. We also have some new changes happening. I don't know if I want to reveal it just yet, but things are going to be changing behind the scenes quite a bit over the coming months, and I'm very excited for it. So thank you all for the support, hitting 1 million subscribers, all of the views you give us means a lot. Clicking on our sponsors, supporting us on Floatplane has allowed us to continue to stay and thrive, even though things have been a topsy-turvy roller coaster of developments here. Anyways, getting in the comment response from Friday's episode of Hot News, we got PX saying, I watch Hot News on my desktop on 1440p ultra-wide monitor with the video full screen, of course. So you have the black bars? Why would you do that? Just put it on like theater mode or something. Or no, just why would you ultra wide? It's what? I don't know if I agree with the full screen. The Northern Llama saying, hope your vacation is good, though I can't help but be suspicious that you've been Brett-napped and are being held hostage in that windowless basement and forced to do Hot News. I'm fine. I'm back. I'm back in the two windowed basement that we have here that I film hot news out of. And then Kryptonite saying everyone on Floatpoint is using Firefox to watch videos, to which apparently this is a reference to something. I don't even know what that means. But then over on YouTube, we got the awesome MCB saying Windows hates AMD Ryzen. Oh gosh, who at Microsoft hired the person that runs User Benchmark? And OSnap saying, I'd rather have a bug instead of a dying CPU. And then AZ Tinkerer Gamer saying, Intel and Microsoft have a partnership. No surprise AMD somehow has performance issues on Windows. This is my shock face. Well, so there's more testing that was done ever since that report initially came out from Hardware Unboxed with regards to Ryzen processors, not just the 9000, but 7000 needing that elevated administrator thing. Intel CPUs also perform better under this circumstance. So it's not just AMD. It looks like it's actually expanded beyond that. It's just, there's a performance hit from not actually being in that elevated administrator mode. So conspiracy theory hats, not needed for this one, and typically, not usually. Most things can be explained by incompetence instead of malice. And Fragalot saying, I love how Brett does hot news after he's done his laundry next to his ironing board. I don't iron things very often. We've already had this conversation. I'm not having this one again. But Ducky saying, I don't watch hot news. I listen to the episode on my phone while I'm going through mindless emails and paperwork for work. We're available on podcast platforms in case anybody needed to know that. In case it's helpful, you can like listen on Apple, Spotify, RSS feeds. Like we do release hot news as a podcast in case that matters and makes it easier for you. Cactus Cat saying, I want the efficiency race to come back. No, we don't. Nobody wants that, all right? We had it. AMD dropped 9,000 efficient CPUs and people just all over it, all right? Nobody wants a Prius. Everybody wants a Lamborghini or the Rimac, whatever the heck, just can go to 0 to 60 in 1.74 seconds. That's really what people want. They don't care. They don't want to pay the price for efficiency. And then Metroid saying, still on the toilet for crying out loud. Not anymore. Stool. Haha. I'll see you back here for more of the not toilet hot news tomorrow. Or maybe we'll change it up. Film somewhere else in this basement. Pittsburgh basements, baby. They got toilets in them and such.